Hey there. So, today is Thursday, February 6th. It's 5:09 p.m. Central Standard Time. So, in my situation right now, I'm realizing, with the PT in the mornings and doctor's appointments and all of that, which leads to my husband being home and the TV on and no quietness here. That it's easier to reach out on Tuesdays and Thursdays, um, and make my recordings. Um, today was a really tough day for me. It was a really tough day. Um, I stood up late last night. I felt like I was falling behind, and my priorities were continually moving to the next day and moving to the next day, except for my tactics, which is, meeting my dollar amount listing goal, as well as recording everything I eat and drink. Um, my accounting, I still haven't made the trip arrangements for March, which is just several weeks away. I haven't gotten that done. I am not far enough ahead that the business won't take a dive, because there's no listings, right? So, I stood up late, quite late, and I got some accounting done. I was ahead today, this morning. I was ahead. I'm ahead. Um, Now when I'm talking to you, I am working on Friday numbers as opposed to today numbers, which is great. Does not mean I am going to take my foot off the gas. I am tired, but I just am feeling the pressure. And what really got me today, and I guess maybe I'm getting used to working on less sleep, because it just seems like I can't get everything done in the time frame I want to get it done. And in my mind, that is one of one of the things that I want to hit as a goal for myself. I want to be able to streamline everything. I want my numbers done. I want to be able to stay on top of accounting, stay on top of organizing, stay on top of putting stuff away, shipping, resetting to zero. But I want it from 7:50 in the morning until, it would be nice to get off at 5, but if I have to work until 7, okay, fine, fine, but at least 7, right? Um, and I know that I am in a new space, and I know that every day I am slight edging every single thing I do. Um, Talking about slight edging, I did one load of laundry yesterday. We have a long um, countertop, and 2 sinks, and underneath, or actually on the side of either one of those sinks, is pull-out drawers, and that's our hampers. So I did the left side yesterday, now I'm doing the right side today. Um, so so what I'm saying is that you can see progress, and I'm happy about that. It's just not happening quick enough. And I get the concept of slight edge. Slight edge doesn't happen quick. It happens over time, and I get that, and I do see that. But there is an underlying um, stress. Um, I don't know that that probably could have been prevented. And I think it has a lot to do with where I put my diabetic hard goods. I usually open up a box and I toss it in this wooden box. And whenever I need something, I go into that box. It's sitting on my shelf and I just pull it down. I go into there and I get my stuff. When it needs to be refilled, my boxes are underneath my sink. So I can't keep an eye on what I have. And on Monday, I needed to change out my pump. All well and good, except I made a mistake and I pulled out my sensor as opposed to my pump cannula, which was on the same side, just my pump was a lot lower than my sensor, and I pulled it off. And I was like, "Oh, man. All right, fine. I'll put it on the charger, and tomorrow morning I will put it back on. I'll be fine." It was kind of late. I was exhausted. So that's why, I didn't want to do it, and the sensor takes a minimum of 2 hours to program itself, and then you have to, in order to initiate it, you have to take your blood sugar. I wanted to go to bed, so I did. So in the morning, I am looking for um, the sensor, and uh, you know what? I think I probably am confusing you. So let me kind of make it clear. So it's a the sensor is literally like a tiny piece of um copper, but like a so thin that it looks super fragile, and it it looks like fringe that, will flow back and forth when the air hits it. It's super, super thin. And that little piece, and once again, I'll tell you, I have no idea what material they use to make it. I'm just telling you what color it is and what it looks like to me. And in order to get that into my body, it is attached to a pretty big needle, and that needle is, I don't know how it's attached to the needle. It's set actually, I have what I call the plunger. I will show you. So this big thing goes into here, and you take the bottom portion of it off and you put it against your body and you press these green things and it boop right inside. Um, you take out that big needle, and the big needle gets enclosed into this plastic container. You toss that and you put some tape down, and then you take the transmitter, and the transmitter is what's on the charger. So the sensor is in my body. The sensor talks to the transmitter, which I'm connecting to this big thing, and it then transmits the numbers to the pump, and the pump reacts to that. Okay? So we got this all cleared up, and I've spoke well, so now you understand. So Tuesday morning, I wake up and I go through the box, the wooden box, and I'm like, I need another box. I need to open up a box of sensors so that I can, put it on, put the transmitter on, and be good. I have no sensors. I have run out of sensors. Okay. I call Medtronics and they proceed to tell me that it is on hold because of an overdue balance. It turns out that I actually have two overdue balances. I knew nothing about the second one, which was sent to collections, 200 and something dollars. Um, and the balance of 370 something dollars was for my last shipment of pump supplies. So I tell her my predicament, I have none, I need some. Would you please send me one overnight so that I can put my CGM in? I'm sorry, we do not have emergency supplies for sensors. Okay. So how much do I need to pay? $371. Okay. So if I pay the $371, will you overnight that product to me? As you're paying your bill, I will go talk to the senior management and see what we can do for you. Okay. I get transferred to another private, secure line to pay the bill. I pay the bill. I get transferred back to her. And she says, yes, yes, absolutely. We can overnight that for you. So I said, great, paid the money. We're all clear. This is on automatic um, delivery. I don't want this to happen again. I mean, we're talking, you know what I'm talking about. If you're T1D, you're talking about my life, right? So, um, I sat here patiently yesterday waiting for it, and it never got here. So I was going to make the call this morning, and and say, "Hey, where's my product?" But, they called me. So, we have an order here that's being held for an overdue balance. Well, why don't you talk to the last person I spoke to? Because I made a payment. I made this amount. Here's my confirmation number. And that package was supposed to arrive yesterday, overnighted, because I have none. I have none. Well, the problem is the amount that was, you know, um, transferred over to the collection agency. I said, "Well, that's great. Well, that's great. I really wish you would have told me that I needed to pay that first so that I could have saved $100 because that was only 200 bucks. The money I spent yesterday was 300. But right now, where I stand, I have nothing. I still have nothing." Um, it said, and right now, I can't afford to pay the other 200 and whatever. You need to give me a couple of weeks so that, my medical card gets money transferred into it. I, you know, okay, let me write this all down and I'll ask the supervisor all this. And when can you pay that amount? I just said 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Okay. I'll write that down in your account. Okay. I'm on hold. They come back. We'll overnight it. I'm so I'm I'm actually I was actually kind of over it. Like it is what it is, right? But I'm tired. Um and I'll tell you like what took me over the edge. I am trying this new system, blocking time, setting my timer 50 minutes. You're listing 50 minutes, you're photographing 50 minutes, you're listing, photographing until I'm done, right? I'm done for the day. So I set my day around this meeting I wanted to attend because it was to learn more about eBay and I wanted to be in the meeting. The problem was that the people that host this meeting, they're on Eastern time. And I know that. I've been with consignment chats for a while now. I don't know how long, but a while. I know they're on Eastern time. They even have it listed there. 1 p.m. EST. What do? I put 1 o'clock in my bullet journal. And for me, the meeting's at 12, not 1. So I'm like at 12:45, I go downstairs, I let the dogs out, I get my lunch, I'm getting all ready, I'm good to go. I wait till 5 to 1 to go into the meeting, and the meeting's ending. That is the thing that like tipped me over the edge. I- tipped me over the edge. So, so yeah, and so I talked to a couple of friends about my day and what happened, and someone made a really good suggestion about, contacting the doctor and seeing that if they had, one um sensor that they could give me. It was a good shot. They did respond quite quickly, but the answer was no, they didn't have it. So I'm waiting for tomorrow. Um, I'm pretty sure I'll get it tomorrow. I'm pretty sure I will get it tomorrow. But tomorrow's Friday, and I have PT, and it's been a rough day today. So anyway, that is my story from Medtronics. You know, what I'm trying to do here is to be really really honest, right? Um, you don't have to be a T1D to have a day like this, right? No. You don't even have to have a chronic illness to have a day like this. It could be the kids. It could be your job. It could be your boss. It could be anybody. It could be anything, right? You don't feel good. You have cramps. You whatever. The point I'm trying to make is that although all of this went down, although I'm tired, although I'm stressed, although I'm dealing with um, other issues, my knee, um, and other issues, other personal issues, I still met my numbers. And I'm not saying that to pat myself on the back. I'm saying never give up. Don't give up. Keep fighting. Whatever it takes, keep fighting. If those numbers aren't met, to me, it's not, you know, the score. What it is letting eBay know that I am consistent. I'm going to list this amount of money every day, and you can let those sales go because it's going to happen, right? Um, so uh, just don't give up. Just keep on going. Um, just keep on going, right? I'm trying to be as honest and as open, and I am putting myself out there. Um, and I hope that it helps someone continue and and not to give up, just keep pushing through. So I have a whole bunch of other things, and I've spoken enough about this. You know that I'm been writing notes for you guys, so um, I am still reading the Dakota. Ugh, dragging through that. Slight Edge is, I'm doing the book club, so it's 2 chapters a week. But that has always been in my life since the first time I read it last year. Um, it absolutely changed my life. Um, to think that, 5 minutes of um, cleaning something every single day, would end up with something spotless and organized and whatnot. So anyway, um, I am listening to The Gifts of Imperfection, and Breen Brown, I believe that's how you pronounce her name. She is the author. She is also um, reading the book. It's uh, it's it's really good. I am really appreciating it. I do see myself uh, having to listen to it multiple times. There's a lot of information in there, and there's a lot of really good points that I'm gonna need to think about for myself. Um, I can certainly speak about it after I finish the book, and I can, go through my notes and talk to you about it. If you're interested, leave a comment down below if you'd like that. What is in queue? The Alibi by Sandra Brown and The Golden Compass. So basically, over here and over there behind my shipping station are bookshelves. And previously, I would go to Goodwill, I'd buy a book, I'd buy 10 books, I'd buy 15 books, whatever. Books that I was like, oh, I love this author. Oh, la, la, la. And basically, they sat here and I didn't read them. So now all the books that I don't know about, I've never heard them, I never read them, I never did anything with them, are over there. The books that I know I've read, I love, am keeping are over here. So I alphabetize them by author's last name. And so this is the reason why there's Sandra Brown and Sandra Brown and Sandra Brown and Sandra Brown. I think this is the last Sandra Brown I have. Well, obviously, because I'm going to the Golden Compass, right? So those are in queue, and I don't have very much more to read or listen to in The Gifts of Imperfection. Um, so I told you about the sacrifice of staying up late last night and being ahead of the game. So that's good. So yeah, you know that I'm hitting my tactics, I'm slight edging everything in my life. Oh, so we talked about organization and what I was thinking about doing. So those were slight edged. Every time my time blocks are 50 minutes, so I have 10 minutes, between sitting down again and either photographing or listing. So the brown paper is done. The bubble wrap is done, and I had forgotten about peanuts. That is done as well. So that's great. I did put together a big box, and I've broken down a few boxes, and I've thrown out a few boxes. So it's slow and steady wins the race. Um, so that's good. So I wrote down here that I thought the only problem was going to be when I, set up that box and started putting other boxes in it, that I think it's too tall to fit under the shipping table, but I'll figure something out. I will work on that later when I get to it. So I'm gonna wrap this up. It's been a long talk, but I hope you have a great weekend. I'm going out to dinner tomorrow, and I'm gonna go see Cirque du Soleil on Saturday, Echo. So I'm excited about that. So obviously I am taking Saturday off, but I'm working on Sunday, and back to the grind on Monday. PT in the morning and hit the ground running. So have a great weekend. I'll talk to you Tuesday of next week. Bye.